The 12-lap dash to conclude the championship. Here we go. What's Martin Ragginger got? What about that battle for Pro-Am? We need to watch Francis Chow and Bao Jinglong. They're the cars that are 5th and 6th in the queue. Trey Yui is on the comeback trail. He's restarted 9th. He's now 8th. He goes past Sudialak Bunkarowan. Good pass. Vanderdrift will be in the game as well. I wonder if car 1's got a little bit of damage, but that safety car will have helped him get back into contention and maybe salvage a top 5 result in this race. Ragginger looking racy. Big brake lock up for Phil Hamprecht. Can he get it stopped and turned? He had a big slide mid-corner at turn 6. It's going to open the door for Ragginger. Here we go again. Wheel to wheel. Where Bamber and Vanderdrift came to blows a couple of laps ago, these two get through. It's on. And Ragginger with a declaration of intent there. Playing his cards early. He's going after his young rival. Now looks down the inside, but can't quite make that move stick. But using all of his vast experience, using cold tyre pace to try and get past. We saw the immense slipstream that Will Bamber was getting earlier in this race. He might keep that in the back of his mind for the long straight and just maximise his run out of 13. This will be critical to a change for the lead in the motor race. It's where it all went off earlier on. And he's got very, very good drive. He's locked to the rear wing of Philip Hamprecht. And Tanart Sathientherical's not far away. There's going to be a pass here. Immediately, Hamprecht dives to the inside of the road to cover his line. In the tow goes Ragginger. Goes to the left side of the road. He'll have to go the long way round under brakes. They'll be wheel to wheel into the hairpin. And Hamprecht holds on, just slows his rival up mid-corner. Good racecraft there, just got out of the throttle. And that forced Ragginger to do the same, and it made him hold the position. 99 versus 86 at the front. The sun pokes its way through. Setting on the season that has given us so much, and it's ending with an absolute thriller. Tanart flashing the lights there in the run down into turn 1. He likes to think he can get in this as well. Lap 10 of 12. They're pulling away Van der Sloot in 4th place. Francis Chow next. Trey Yui's up to 6th. Bao Jinglong back to 7th, but still 3rd in Pro-Am. So nothing's changed there. Vanderdrift is in the 10. Again, he's up to 8th place. Lee Chow 9th and Bunkarowan 10th. Oh, wow, that's enormous. John Shen off Eric Kwong in the Kitty World Racing car. Almost tipped that car over. It got huge air. Need aero clearance from the international airport. The way he was launched into the air, that was a strange incident. We look a bit further back. Bao Jinglong holding on. Vanderdrift now up to 7th place on car 77. Looking to work his way past Trey. He's had a fast and racy weekend, and that is a result of when you go airborne in a Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car. Big damage. He's going to have to pull out of the way. Hopefully he can do it without bringing out the safety car again, because we've got a thrilling battle for the lead. Martin Ragginger continues to look racy. Let's push replay and see if he can do this again. His car's really good through the middle of turn 13, which means he gets great traction and drive out of the corner and can lock himself into the rear wing of Phil Hamprecht. But he knows the young German is immediately going to go defensive. There's no room down the inside of that bright orange Porsche. So Ragginger's forced to go the long way round. Hamprecht will come back to the middle of the road, but he can't move back on his racing line. Oh, and Sathienthericals gets up the inside. Has a look. There might have been contact. Now they're wheel to wheel again. Hamprecht will have the racing line into the final corner. Ragginger will have more momentum. He gets the faster line in. He'll get the slingshot round the other side. Great racing. 2 to go. It's not done yet, and Sathienthericals looking more racy than he ever has. And that's the last thing that Ragginger wants. If he can hang around the outside at turn 1, he'll be right for turn 3. But not quite. And Phil Hamprecht covering his line. Further back, this is going on. And car 55 needs to be careful of getting into a scrap here. Lee Chow's just gone through. Bao Jinglong off the road. Off the road a long way. Championship leader. We'll need to monitor where he pulls in terms of the Pro-Am Championship. But right now we've got a great battle for the lead. Ragginger thought about going at 6 but decided against it. Hamprecht just moved to cover his racing line. The problem is Hamprecht's getting out of turn 13 well enough that he can immediately dive across to the right-hand side of the road and cover his position as he needs to. Tannart driving his car very hard. Lots of attitude there. They've just punched out their best laps of the race. Ragginger fastest lap last time around, 2:08.397. He's got great speed, but he's running out of laps. This +1 to decide the final race of the season, and what a fitting end it's been. Hamprecht defends. This will cost him some momentum into that critical sequence. The over-under here for Ragginger. Can he get up the inside? You bet he can. This is critical. Does he go down the inside? Is he good enough? Yes, he is. Now they'll go wheel to wheel down the 1.2 kilometre long back straight. Tannart Sathyanthirical's going to have a double tow from these two. Watch for car 15 when they get to the braking zone at the end of the straight. But this time, for the first time in 3 laps, Ragginger's got the ideal track position. It'll be last of the late breakers in the braking zone. Down from 270 kilometres an hour, and Martin Ragginger finally wrestles the lead away from Philip Hamprecht. It took all of the guile and racecraft that he had to muster, but he pulled it off, and he set that up at turn 13. The Porsche holding car gets in front. Outstanding as they start the final lap of the race. Sathyanthirical still in this, still looking for a podium. Van der Sloot hasn't lost the lead in Pro-Am. Francis Chia's here. He's under pressure from Trey Yue and Chris Van der Drift in 6th and 7th position. Bao Jinglong down in 12th and 6th in Pro-Am, so he's going to lose some points for that. He'll get 10 points for that score. His closest rival is going to get 18. And it will be very, very close in the Pro-Am battle. We'll get those scores for you at the end of the race if we can. What's Philip Hamprecht got left? Is there anything left in car 99? Ragginger's looked the faster of the pair after the restart. Van der Drift just in the background there, pulling a move on the Team Jepson entry for 6th and 7th position, so moving his way forward. Well, there's been drama, there's been controversy, there's been a little bit of contact. There might be a little bit more here as they go wheel to wheel. Benny Simonson wearing Wayne Shen's number 16 this weekend. Just gets past car number 11, and that's Jeffrey Chang. So he moves himself up to 13th position after pointing in the wrong direction at the start of the race. Well, this is it. This is the key moment for Phil Hamprecht. He's now got to go on the offence to Martin Ragginger and try and get a good run out. Battles further back in the field. Kenneth Lau. This is 17th and 18th position. Really need to see what's going on at the front though, because that's where the action is. What's Hamprecht got left, if anything? I don't think he's close enough. He got the toe, but it wasn't enough to make a move. And now Ragginger's just got to go through the final few corners. Oh, he thought about it. There's a little bit of a push, a little bit of a rub between the two. But it won't be enough to unseat the vastly experienced Martin Ragginger. The Austrian will win the final race of the season. Martin Ragginger wins the race that concludes the championship. And what a way to finish the season. Phil Hamprecht second. Sathyanthirical on the podium for the second time this year in third. Van der Sloot wins Pro-Am for the second time this weekend. Francis Chia finishes sixth. Van der Drift beat him to the line. Here go our contenders. 55 is Bao Jinglong. He finishes sixth, and that should be enough to win the Pro-Am Championship.